similarities in that they're strong and they're sort of distant, and they put up walls. But they are very different. I mean, for one thing, the accent is different.
Yeah, absolutely.
I missed the accent. I really loved doing that. But yeah, I mean, just accessing the truth in a character is why we act.
Absolutely, yeah.
Just on set. I mean, in this crazy world of television, we don't get rehearsal time or anything like that. So we work it all out there, and I kind of like that because you really can capture the spontaneity of certain emotions. Like the first time you work with someone on a scene, that can actually be the most compelling take. So if you capture it, right, it can be good. More layers to Jenny. We do see her interact with new characters, and we learn more about her past. So a more fulfilling sort of idea of her.
But I actually I don't know why I'd see definitely as a vampire. I think it would make a really interesting vampire.
That would be fun.
Serious?
Yeah. No, I'm not. Actually,
do you have a moment?
Awesome.
Because we should talk.
Yeah.
Okay. This was a great idea. Thank you for that.
I get 10%.
I would love to be a vampire.
I think you'd make an excellent vampire.
That'd be fun. All right.
It is in the sense of, not necessarily the monster movies I do, but just the person that I am and what I'm into and what I've been doing since I was 14, I guess, more so. But yeah, I mean, there was a real, want to bring back practical creatures as well, in terms of and that's what we do a lot of that on Underworld, and it was something I hadn't really seen on television for a long time. And so that's something I think that people can expect, and what we try to pull off for the genre.
I mean, a story is a story. I mean, I don't know that I think that way about it. I mean, from an artistic perspective, the genre is not so important to me, whether it's a half hour or a movie or a drama or a comedy or a thriller. It's more about how that character is in peril, what that character is hiding, and how that character tries to overcome whatever those circumstances are, and do they fail or succeed. I'm more interested in that than I am anything else. And if a comedy comes along that's right, awesome, and if drama comes along that's right, that's cool too.
So there's always one.
Katya,
okay.
by far.
That's true. She is, isn't she?
Oh my God, she's been scaring Lindy That's what she did last night.
Give us one. What did she do?
The first thing I saw of it, that I saw this was actually going to happen, and she is that person, was when she was sent me a picture where she was giving birth to to John Cho's head.
To John Cho's head.
Because we had a head for him that we were shooting with where his head was on backwards. That was a prosthetic piece that was just a head. And so I get this picture where she's in the makeup trailer,
like this,
giving birth to this John Cho.
It's on Instagram.
Oh, I got it.
It's on, It's totally on Instagram. Yeah, she's got this thing right now where she runs up to Lindy and she puts her camera on and she goes, "Hi!" And every time Lindy jumps, it's hysterical. It's on her Instagram too. But most of our silly stuff we Snapchat behind the scenes or we'll Instagram it. So
okay.
Particularly this season, if you're following me or Katya or any of us, we're always posting.
What's the Snapchat for Sleepy Hollow?
It's not for Sleepy Hollow. It's the Orlando Jones.
Oh, just Orlando. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then for Katya, it's Katya Winter at Instagram. Yeah. Ooh, man. Crackling cornbread, gumbo, collard greens.
How about you, Len?
I have never been.
You've never had Southern food?
I've never been to an actual real Southern.
Real Southern?
You guys got to change that.
No.
Come on.
If you ever get down Nolan's way,
dude, I'm down. When I was there, I am in. I'm literally.
Working.
I know. So I get whatever is actually on a stage, which is usually pizza.
I promise you, I'll go to Emeril Lagasse's restaurant. He does some serious Southern food, and a few other spots along there. I got you.
Got it.
Done.
No, I've never really thought about it that way. The Ichabod is so specific, and what I love is they're both very smart. But for Ichabod Crane, it's so much about just his perspective from being an 18th century man today and bringing that, his professorship, his just worldview, and then this kind of mission he has to, be a witness to the apocalypse. That's really what I'm thinking about when I'm crafting or, writing him. But I think what I like is that they were both very smart, very, sort of in their own way. They have an ease of language, and that's always really fun to write.
Why do we always, this is my question. Why do we always have to talk about strong female characters? Because like, we're all the weak ones. Like, I don't know, who are the weak ones on television?
In the sense, no, let me reiterate. So it's strong in the sense that you have a significant role in the show.
Oh,
like, very significant role.
Yeah.
It's strong. It's not just your wife or your just the secretary.
Sidekick.
You weren't just the Secretary of State. Like you had an important role moving forward. And because of you, for instance, in House of Cards, the show went the way it went. And I feel
because of me, I was pretty much responsible for the success of that show. Don't you think, Mark? Yeah. Okay.
Well, no, I mean the show.
That's why we brought you. Like, well, I mean, what she did for House of Cards, that's what she's going to do for Sleepy Hollow.
Well, even the story arc, the resignation and all that.
Yes.
And where do you draw inspiration from? I know we talked a little about it off camera during the writing class, but where do you draw a lot of that from?
Actually, I happen to have a mother and a stepfather and a real father who have always kind of pushed the boundaries. My stepfather was the first African American in the New York Philharmonic in 1960, and he remained the only black guy in the Philharmonic for like 16 years. My mother came to this country and became a big cookbook writer, and then my real father actually had the first all-Indian sitcom in England. Wow. So I feel like they've just been pushing the boundaries, and I pretend to push the boundaries on television. That's all I can say. I'm just a big faker. Unbelievable. Beautiful.
We spend a lot of time before we ever start, production, really crafting characters, because these creatures take months of pre-planning. And so we have several really good ones. Even, Moloch is going to have a bigger influence this season. But we have the Pied Piper is coming in. We've done something new this year. We have two very beautiful, very sexy creatures coming up. We have a succubus.
Matt Barr. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, Matt Barr too. Matt Barr is phenomenal. He made his debut last week. He's in tomorrow's episode as well.
But succubus,
But on the creature side, Heather Lind is in the following Monday's episode. You may know her from Turn.
Yeah.
Beautiful woman, plays has a former relationship with Crane and pops up again. And then Carolyn Ford as a succubus, which is awesome.
I really can't wait for that.
Guys, tune in.
I did not.
Oh, wow.
I'm glad you were meant
meant to be, right?
It's been a dream. I mean, it's really been fun because I'd known his work, of course, Underworld and, the Die Hard movies, and I was such a fan. And to get to work with him and Alex and Bob have just been honestly, a total dream. I'd been known of them for a long time. I'd had a limited interaction. We almost did a show together about a year and a half ago, and that's how we knew each other. And then when this opportunity came along for Sleepy Hollow, it's been, a huge learning curve for me, but also I think very complimentary, and that's been a lot of fun. What's great about this season, since we're doing 18 episodes, we get to do 11 straight. So every Monday from now through December, there's a new Sleepy Hollow on Fox. And so in crafting the season that way and ramping towards this big mid-season finale, we get to play with her character. And I think it's interesting, we're going to keep it in such a way that we don't quite let her fully into the supernatural goings-on, but things continue to get crazy as that character tries to process what's happening. And, I think it's fun to see a character who doesn't really know everything, and that's, I think, part of the fun of, especially somebody who's so no BS, like Jaffrey is. And then, things are going to get pretty complicated and pretty crazy in the second half, which starts up in January.